Recognize voices of the IPOB autopilot, as they call us, all over the world, demand with immediate effect the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB.
I cannot guarantee you that any elections will hold anymore in our land.
We hereby declare no election, no 2023 general election in Biafraland. This no election in Biafraland has been activated. We are going to make it a task that must be done by every Biafran. All measures will be put in place to make sure the adequate civil disobedience is implemented to stop the election in Biafraland.
I cannot guarantee you that any elections will hold anymore in our land. I don't know what. I don't know if we are suffering from politicians. I don't know where this disease is coming from. We must cure it. I want our enemies to understand how fanatical we are about this quest to liberate Biafra from the shackles of the iniquitous zoological republic. You need to understand this very clearly. We are not going to stop. We are not going back. I don't care what you say. It doesn't matter what your report says. I don't care the countries putting it together. It is irrelevant to me. What matters is the liberation of Biafra. Therefore, if Katrina Lang has any brain in her skull, if all those idiots encouraging the zoo to continue, if they have any brain in their skull, they will say, let us allow Biafra to go with their trouble, because I can assure you, as night follows day, that Biafra must come or we all die in the process. Do you know why? Because what we are looking for is what belongs to us. I am asking for something that I had before the white man came. White man is not God. He's not God. God is in heaven. I assure you, God Almighty is in heaven, and His will must be done upon our lives. They are not God. Nobody can create a country for me. I decide where I want to belong to. The people must decide if Nigeria is their country or not. Not a white man and a white woman. All these idiots suffering from inferiority complex. Shame on all of you. You are foolish, useless black people. Because of your stupidity, that is why Africa is being treated the way it is today, like a trash can, more or less. As Trump said, a shithole. A white man has no business creating country for me, because I am the Kanu, as a black man, I cannot go to Europe to create a country for them. Why then should I allow a white man and a drunken white woman to come to my land to create country for me? If you accept it, you are inferior. If
you accept it, you are inferior. Ndewo Muchineke, we salute you from here. I salute my comrades from wherever they are reaching us from, and to every Biafran, we say, Umu Chineke, we don't come again. Mazi Okonkwo, I salute you. Mazi Biko, I salute you. Mazi Kelechi, I salute you. And to everyone that will be joining us, those that will watch now and those that will watch later, and those that will be there to fire people that are here to distract us. Ndewo. Our leader remains Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the indomitable leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. He is still behind bars, and that must be put on record for people to understand. Our spokesperson is Mazi Simon Ekpa. Since the incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we greet you all from wherever you are, and we commend you all for whatever you are doing. Intensify whatever you are doing, because the hour has come and it is drawn very near, and more will be happening. More disaster as well will be coming. So, without wasting much time, I would like to welcome my comrades into the studio. In the sequence that I see them on the screen. Mazi Okonkwo, praise the house. There won't Chineke.
Correct, Barawasane. I salute you from here, all the way from the Netherlands. May the Lord Almighty bless you. The time now is 21:40. Difference of minutes from anywhere you are joining us. Some of you are in the morning, some of you are in the evening, some of you are in the good night. But no matter what the time say, you are on the right mindset, because Biafra is anybody who is in an IPOB, you are on the right mindset. And our leader, of course, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only genuine freedom fighter, a man who is in the front of millions and thousands of people who are supporting him all over the whole world. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has defeated the court in Abuja. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has defeated the court in Umuahia. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has defeated also the court in Kenya in advance, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has defeated death and principalities and power. That's why we follow him. We have come tonight, Biafra, to also give a little slot of what we have gained from his speech. And that's why we're here. I greet my comrade, Paul Biko, Ambrose K, and Barawa Sonny, the fundraising man, as you know, and many others are on the way coming. God bless you.
There were Mazi. Mazi Okonkwo, you have to change my name from the fundraising man. Look for another name because we are changing gear. We are changing gear. So do some consultations. Do some consultations and give me another name.
When I boss they come now, I ain't going to use the hand to give you that name. You understand?
Okay. We are changing gear, so let us be changing some things.
Okay.
Mazi Kelechi, the mic is yours. There will. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Unmute yourself.
Yes, Mazi Sonny, thank you so much for the opportunity. I want to thank you, and I want to thank my comrades here, Mazi Okonkwo, Mazi, Paul Biko. I want to thank you all. I want to thank Biafrans. It is always a privilege to actually be here to talk to us and to also relate. I want to thank Mazi 247, who has just joined us, Mazi Ugo. And I want to thank Mazi Simon Ekpa, who has been there, whose resilience, tenacity, and zest has kept us all strong and firm. And we're all here today because he's standing strong on behalf of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I want to thank all the members of the Umuada. I want to thank everyone who is doing their beats, the Alliance, the ESN, everyone are out there. In fact, it's really very, very crucial and critical that we actually give thanks to everyone who is actually contributing positively in every way, even including the enemies. We thank you because you are helping us to see how strong we are. Because without your attacks and without your, your various mischievous ways, we will not know how to. We will not have talked about victory. And it is because of you enemies that we are going to have victory. So thank you all, Biafrans, wherever you are, and we thank Chukwu Okike, who has given us this opportunity. Today is going to be a great time and a great day together. We're going to discuss, and definitely Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be freed, and Biafra will receive its due by God, who has designed it, and we are going to be free. Our liberation is here. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Mazi Kelechi. We salute you from here. Biafran should understand one thing, that if you are doing something that is useful and tangible, and you don't have people attacking you, that means what you are doing has not yielded fruit. So every attack helps us to climb to the next height and to make us to stand stronger. So we love the attacks and the challenges. Mazi Owubiko, the mic is yours, please. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you so much, my comrades. Thank you, the Pastor Austin. Thank you, Abarawa. 247. The preacher, the deep preacher, Kelechi. Biafrans, you all join us, as you have just heard the voice of our leader. He said, anybody who accepted one Nigeria is inferior of his own life. A white man cannot come and create a country and give you. Rather, you choose whom you are and what you're supposed to be and whom you're supposed to be. All of us knows that Nigeria is built in a faulty foundation. It doesn't any house that the foundation is shaking is at risk. The best solution is to bring it down. And if we have to build it again, we come together and build it. That is what Mazi Nnamdi said. Give us a referendum, then we can decide if we want to become Nigeria or if you don't want to be Nigeria. But referendum is the best way. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mazi Biko. Mazi 247, welcome to the studio. The mic is yours, please.
Yeah, thank you. I just the land, I just the enter. I greet you, my comrades in the studio. I greet you, Mazi or Pastor Kelechi, Mazi Osin Okonkwo, Mazi Sonny Akbarawa, Mazi Paul Onwubiko, and myself, join them. I greet me too. So I greet every Biafran. I want you to remember that our leader is still in the hand of the kidnappers. And I want you also to remember that we are following the instructions from Simon's mouth. We have to listen carefully and follow him. And I want you to know that our men on ground are inside bush there. We need to support them. We need to keep them. We need to encourage them by doing what we know how to do best, supporting them financially. If you get warfighter jet, where you go give them, bring them. There's a bit drive them, no worry yourself. If now more tank, there's a bit drive them. So I greet every Biafran. All we are asking for is Biafra. Today is 128 days to Biafra. We are not relenting. We are not waiting until we get Biafrans. Thank you, Mazi Sonny.
Mazi, thank you very much. We want to appreciate Biafrans who have been sitting at home and carrying out every civil disobedience that we have implemented so far since MNK was kidnapped and since the Nnamdi DOS collected money from Nigerian government in order to thwart every effort of the Biafran people so that ESN will be scrapped, so that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will remain in detention until when they want him to come out, and also Biafrans that they come out to call their names to kill every day on Radio Biafra. We want to appreciate Biafrans that are taking the bullet and everyone that are doing their own quota from wherever they are. We appreciate you all, and your effort counts a lot. So, as you see us here in the media, you cannot speak from wherever you are, if you're in Biafraland or in one Nigeria, but we are here to speak for you. So, if you're there on the media watching us, just use your phone to share. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, hit the retweet button and the love button. Type something on the comment section from whichever channel of us that you are watching from. Remember to subscribe and follow and stay connected. Thank you very much. So let's do like one Nigeria today. We're going to start from the bottom of our agenda. Let's start from the bottom of our agenda, which is our fundraising tomorrow.
This one is serious agenda.
Our fundraising tomorrow is the important way and manner that we can secure Biafralands and to avert the calamity. You people have seen that they have made use of the flood and then they call it a natural disaster. We understand everything is well planned. They refuse to work on the dam so that when the time reaches, they will use this as a weapon of warfare on us and then come back to brainwash people and say it is a natural disaster. Biafrans are too wise and very, very advanced in getting everything in time. So we call on every Biafrans and lovers of freedom to join us on this mega fundraising of ESN tomorrow and to support with their own contributions wherever they are. Mazi Kelechi, please use 1 minute to encourage Biafrans on the need and importance of this fundraising. Thank you.
Yes, Mazi Sonny, thank you. You see, Biafrans, as I've always said, the best funding, that you can make It's a funding that is investment worthy. And you have to understand that the best thing that can happen to you is to have a free society or a free system that will effectively position you on the platter of success. So if you think that you want to be successful, you want success for your generation, you want success for everyone who is part of the people you love and all of that, then you must think about your freedom first. The most important thing that can happen at this particular time is funding ESN and the alliance. And I want you to understand this, that when we talk about funding, it must not be bogus. It will be according to what you can afford. Let me tell you something. There's one thing that you have to understand about doing what you have to do at the right time you're supposed to do it. And of course, the impact of what you do, both spiritually and physically. And you have to understand this also, that funds are not things that should be exempted from our course, our focus on freedom. Funds are very necessary. The Fulanis are funding their militias, their terrorists, their everything, both their political, joggers and all of that. They are funding them in every regard. In fact, the truth about it is that the Arab world is funding the Fulanis to take over Africa. Except you begin to do what you have to do in regards to what we have to do collectively to free ourselves. You see what is happening in Iran. Today, over 200 and something people have been killed in Iran. You know why? Because that nation actually allowed them to be Islamized. You see what is happening in Turkey today? You see what is happening? Most of the nations actually are in trouble. Now, what happened in Iran? A woman refused to put on hijab. A 21 or 22-year-old lady, she refused to put on hijab. The morality police caught her, beat her up until she died. Now, for over 40 days, they've been protesting. All these things would have been avoided if everything have been in the right, placement. That is what they want to happen to us in Biafraland, and that is what we're avoiding. If not, your children will be brutalized and killed. If not, your properties will be taken. If not, then you'll be told what to wear and where to go. If not, if we don't do what we have to do right now by funding ESN, funding our victory, we have 138 days left. We have to do everything. And please, don't take it for granted. It doesn't matter how much you have. It doesn't matter what you think you don't have. It is that little that you have. If you bring little, I bring little, everybody brings little, you will have a multiple. I mean, we're going to have so much, so much to actually do with. And I want to call on those people who are actually rich in the land, Biafrans, all over the world. Don't wait for anybody to cajole you into investing in the freedom. You have to do that right now. Come out with your resources. Enough of all these nonchalance. We have to come out, all of us. Tomorrow evening, the fundraising will kick off. Be part of it and see what your monies will be used for to bring redemption, freedom, and that's life that you want for a better future. Thank you so much, Biafrans.
Thank you, Mazi. Mazi Biko, 1 minute, please. Please let us be guided with our time because we don't want to overstay here. 1 minute, please, on the ESN fundraising. Thank you, Obiko.
So, Biafrans, I thank you all for all the support you are giving. But if you start doing something and you didn't finish that thing, you know that the one you have done is a waste of time. If you have ever supported Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for the first time, I think it is time he needs you the most. You have seen that Nigeria has proven to be lawless country, a country that doesn't have law, a country that doesn't respect law, a country that doesn't humanity, a country that gave value to terrorism. So going back is dead, but going front is life. I think if you have ever supported this movement, it is time you should put hand in your pocket to make sure that you support and all the people who would volunteer themselves to protect the land. And they support us as well as we are sharing this message across all this continent. Thank you, because we respect time as we go in to our normal schedules of the day.
Thank you, Mazi. I appreciate your understanding of the time. Mazi Okonkwo, please. Forgive me that this flyer has covered your face, huh? But just
No
that
problem.
know that your
That's
face is the matrix man.
it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Agreed Biafrans. You know, my contribution or advice here is we talk about funding. The word funding simply means when an organization decide to keep one of the aspect where they have created, so they need funding. It's a money that government or organizations use to support anything they want to keep alive. So funding an organization is just like watering your plant so that it will not die. That is the simple example, I would say the figurative example of what we're doing here. And it's like our brother Simon used to say, it is now imperative that everyone must make sure that you contribute. This Fulanese army, terrorists, Nigeria, they are already on our door. You think it's a play? It is not a play that British are living. So please support the Eastern Security Network. Tomorrow night they happen. On my area is I want you to make sure that you bring somebody, share this platform, share this flyer to people that you think that they can support this particular movement. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi. I appreciate your consciousness of time. Mazi 247, the mic is yours, please, on ESN.
Yeah, okay. My face is show. That ain't no grey cover my face. That is it. Okongo, it be like say me and you wear uniform today. Eh? How manage?
Maybe
That is
that your second shirt wear lost for your side.
okay. Don't worry, I go ask at the bosom to make it collect them for your hand.
That's
So,
right.
Biafrans, I greet you again. My brothers in the studio, I greet every one of us again. You see, this fundraising is not a contribution we are making just to feed anybody. We are not donating money. We are not contributing money. We are not raising money just to help the orphanage or to help some people that cannot eat or to help some local vigilante. No. We are doing this to save our land. Without these men on ground, without this ESN, today, by now, I am telling you, our fathers, our mothers, our people in the Biafraland, in the villages, would have been in the IDP camp. You heard Otto said yesterday, over 2 million or 5 million or 20 million people are in IDP camp. And they know that they are there with their whole life. Some has been mimed, their fingers, their hand, they don't chop them. Some no get eye again, some no get leg again. The people where die, we know they count them. So waiting at the beg everybody, even if you know there for Biafraland or you know there for Zoological Republic shape, do it for the sake of your motherland. Let us save Biafra once and for all. Make we fight this fight finish. We no get choice but to liberate Biafra. Like I said today earlier in the video I made, lives of so many nations depend on us. As we hear our leader say that Biafra is a light, and once it is lighted, every other black nation, I know the Greek colors black, every other African nation and African American, African British, African Jamaica, Africa anywhere, they will come back to Africa. We are the beginning. We are the nation. That's now we go turn the key, make every other African nation get liberated. So we have to do everything. I beg everybody, come out, support ESN. And this supporting no mean say you just do them tomorrow, it go end. If God blesses you, any day, anytime, the channel, the website is always open. You can go there at any time and make your donation. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Be like say your spirit they see my hand because I've been one type for comment section say time.
I
When
don't see
your
your
spirit
face
just
in I
cry.
cause am. Now when I stop seeing your face, I stop.
Okay, okay. So thank you very much. Biafrans, here is another flyer on the screen. Now, this one is talking about asylum seekers. You are in Europe or you are in Asia, you are in America, UK, wherever you are, and you have a problem of your document and then you are seeking asylum. There is going to be a Zoom meeting that is coming up on the 2nd of November. And we are telling you, bring your questions, bring your issues to the table there so that they will be sorted out. The speakers of the day are Honorable Asuka Charles, Umuada Leader, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the spokesperson of Biafra. Come with your issues and be part and parcel of this meeting. Let me remove this so that you see the passcode. In case you want to snap this, you can screenshot this and then you get the Zoom ID and the passcode to this. Come there so that some of your questions will be answered. And all of you that have been mailing me, messaging me, that I have to direct you to the right channel, come to this mega meeting here so that you will hear everything about your asylum issues. So there we move Chineke on this very one, and there we move into our matters of the day. We will not cease to appreciate you all from wherever you are and everything that you are doing. Now, let us start with the Afghanistan template that is playing out in Nigeria because we have been talking about it, but they haven't been taking it serious. MNK, it is because of MNK talking about the Afghanistan template that they have kidnapped him and put him behind bars. But today it is very clear to everyone that it is happening. US and UK don't send message say make their citizens begin the run come because they come pack them. The question now is we understand US, we understand UK with what they know how to do best. They played a very good role in Afghanistan, supplied them with every weapons, and to this very time, when they saw that the game was up, they pulled their people out and then escaped. The question is why are they escaping? Why are they running away? Is it not the same soup that they cook down? Why they don't stay and then eat it? Let us listen to what this one has to say before my panelists start working on them.
Hello, I'm U.S. Ambassador Mary Beth Leonard. I have been following closely the ongoing devastating flooding in many states in Nigeria, and I'm glad to be able to announce that the United States is providing $1 million to help meet the immediate needs of the people affected. The U.S. government has a long history of helping nations in crisis. Here in Nigeria, our ongoing $350 million portfolio in humanitarian assistance is addressing the escalating effects of climate change, conflict, and food insecurity. We are filled with grief for the flood victims who have lost so much, livelihoods, homes, and even loved ones. Millions are displaced and face the risk of cholera and other waterborne diseases. The road to rebuilding is not going to be easy, but the United States will be there alongside you, the people of Nigeria, at this difficult time.
All right. Thank you for that video. My comrades, you've been able to extract something from what she said. I want you guys to connect it with the Afghanistan template, the role these people have played, and how they will always come out to play the good guy. They will always come out to play the good guy when they know that the game is up. The good guy that is very good in coming to donate money to help, and they say humanitarian help, and they said devastating crisis of weather. That is what is the cause. Mazi Kelechi, I'm giving you the mic. I'm giving you the mic, please, for you to connect the role of these people to the Afghanistan template that is playing out in one Nigeria, because we will soon bring the security awareness that Simon posted, which he said we should send the message to the Biafran people. We'll bring it on the screen. Connect the dots on this first before we move. Thank you.
All right. You see, when you observe closely what is happening, you would definitely understand that there's a need for urgency for every African, let me not even say Biafran, African to, buckle up for total rejection of these Western helps, Western intervention, and all of that. Now, first look at it. They make sure that they impoverish you. Remember when IBB came into power, he brought in the concept of austerity. He brought in a system that actually opened the shores and the borders of the zoo, or that contraption, for anything to be imported. Now, the first thing that happens here is this. We sell some of our products, raw materials. They steal some, the crude oil. Britain steals more. They steal them. We get some funds. Those funds we get are now used to buy everything we need to come or prove that we are developed, based on the fact that they actually raise the bar and we have to meet up. We pursue to meet up. So the monies we get now, we plunge it over there to buy everything we need. They make sure that our industries, everything is dead. We now have to run to them to buy those things from them with the monies, the little money we get from them. The monies we have is not enough to buy what we need. So we need to still borrow from them to make up for what we have to buy from them. And then from what the excesses they make from us, they expect, of course, they know normally that based on the fact that they have deprived of so many things, we're going to have disaster, we're going to have situation, we're going to have crisis, we're going to have health challenges, health issues, we're going to have several things that require intervention. Then from the excesses they have made from us, they give us little as humanitarian help to support us. So you see how wicked these people have designed this whole thing. Now, from the little we make, we still have to buy fighter jets from them. From it, we still have to borrow money still to make up to buy that fighter jets. They still have to create the situation with militias in Africa so that there will be trouble and commotion. Then, so that we will now go to buy the weapons. They'll still have to, allow the terrorists operate. You see, when Obama came in, you remember during Obama time, he was actually playing some games. He and his wife, Mitchell, they just came together. Hey, bring back our girls. They all know where the girls are. But the fact here is this. When their man was kidnapped, just one, their Marines came on board, came into that place where their man is, took him away, killed every member of Boko Haram there, took their man away without one of their Marines missing. But Obama was busy carrying the template, bring back our girls. They know when it concerns you, you just have to fight for yourself. They just have to play that game. When it concerns them, you see their strength. That's why the video we were playing the other time is they said that America has what it takes. So what they do is this: they impoverish you, then they give you from the excesses they steal from you. They are not giving us anything. They are only giving us from the excesses they have stolen from us.
Mazi Kelechi, thank you very much. You have opened the floor. Mazi Okonkwo, the mic is yours, please.
Thank you. So I will do this fast. I demanded a video, Biafrans, good evening. I demanded a video that, is it Kelechi played or Barawa Sani, you played it one time where...
Oh yes, I'll forward it.
That video where they said that Africa is not their priority. I think, is it Paul Omu? Because I know it's Kelechi.
No, it's
yeah.
Okay, you have it here. This is the video.
I found it. Let me play it for you.
Play it, yes.
Before you shatter the table.
Thank you.
Spider, this is something that has gotten a lot of attention on Twitter. A lot of people are saying, wait, where's the outrage of for what's going on in Nigeria? We saw 4 million people marching in the streets of Paris. We saw world leaders gathering there to sort of stand in solidarity with Paris. Where are those calls for the same kind of justice for the people of Nigeria? Help us understand the difference here and maybe why we're not hearing the same level of outrage. Or is there a reason?
Yeah, good morning, Michaela. Yeah, the issue is, you know, the stark difference, isn't it? World leaders, very prominent, linking arms, walking the Champs-Elysees, complete solidarity against this and outrage against what happened in Paris, vis-a-vis what we see in Nigeria, which is truly not, it should not be surprising. Look, what's happening in Nigeria is barbarous. It's horrible. I mean, it's complete madness. Yet it's not a priority. The United
Thank you. This is the point we have been hooking on. He said that what is happening in Nigeria is horrible. And the word horrible simply means there's excessive killing of human beings. That the Fulani they support are killing human beings. And they themselves, the West, they have a conscience to be able to recognize that what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria is horrible. But they are not the priority. So I'm bringing this to the people, Americans and the UK that are not living. If we go to the Afghanistan template our brother Sonny is talking about here, the same way they grown Afghanistan, leaving the Africans, but now the lion and the crocodile, suddenly they created, turned against them. They have expired in Nigeria and they have to leave. That is what we're saying. And we want our people to wake up. We must not believe or trust these Western people. They are the fundamental problem. They are the one. God created human being, but the West created our own problem by giving us together to Fulani. So since we are not their priority, why, like Mazi Simon has said in the night, why are we hoping on them? We must fight so that they will recognize us. But I was only today, my comrades, can you just think, why are some of the flags in the West has that red, the red in their flags? But if you check the other African country, they do not have red or red passport. That red there signifies those who have done a revolution or a war to put their place down. That's why Simon said, for America to respect you, you must fight brutally to redeem yourself from all their, plot against you, because you are not their priority. You are monkey. Africans are just like that. Lazarus. I said it today on 247. Why the West are just like the rich men? Then every morning the black man will go, the Lazarus will go to the gate of the house of the rich man, only to eat what fell out on the table, which belongs to the dog. And that's why God punished the rich man. That is exactly what is happening. That scenario is what is happening. Any man that is still having faith that the United Nations will come, this one will come. No, look at the case of Mazi and Kanu. Suddenly they want to turn it upside down because someone outside, someone who is their father, is telling the Fulanis what to do. And after that, they will still bring the same Malami and judge him and crucify him the same way they did to Charles Taylor. Thank you. Let me hold it here. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Mazi.
To them.
Thank you, Mazi. Mazi Biko, you have the mic on this issue.
Yeah, thank you, my comrades. It is good for someone to know where his problem is coming from. If you don't know where it's coming from, it will be difficult for you to solve it. The ambassador of America said that he is inviting all Americans to leave and calling Americans to come and help Nigerians in the difficult time that is about to overcome them. This is automatic, planned game. When you listen to this place, it says that people in Nigeria and in Africa priority. Their life doesn't matter. There is another video which says when people in Africa should continue doing what they are doing, which is killing themselves, and after killing themselves, they will end up blaming them and telling them that you are the problem to yourself. The other one said, what you have to do is to give them more ammunition and more gun and bullet for them to go on one another. Then you will hear and balance it up that the difficult time is coming to Nigeria. It is not a surprise. He said what is happening in that Nigeria is horror. But their life is not a priority. That's why we always say, when we come to this program, we will keep on reminding you that the way they kill human beings in Nigeria and in Africa, if you go to the and kill one elephant, one antelope, United Nations will come and ask you the reason why you kill those animals. But they are bringing weapons because they know that difficult time has come. I say, Aladema Burundense, Olende Bundense, who are those people that is benefiting from this? The same slave masters, the same colonial masters. So it's watching us, you who is following us, you who is trying to put yourself correct in things you don't understand. We are here to tell you a little we know. Why are you following Simon today? Because he is really following the real track which Mazi Nnamdi has laid down. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi. I greet you. Mazi 247. Before you say something, wait. Let me play this video to go forward so that you pick another point.
The United States unilaterally could do almost anything it needs to do to root out. Look, what's happening in Nigeria is barbarous. It's horrible. I mean, it's complete madness, yet it's not a priority. The United States unilaterally could do almost anything it needs to do to root out Boko Haram. It would be a long-term effort, but it could be done. The United States has the capability, all the elements of power. We have those.
So why not?
Why not doing it?
It's not a priority. That's the problem. We are committed elsewhere in the world. Black West Africa is not a priority. Very stark, very hard to say, but that's.
Another point don't come out. Black Africans are not a priority.
So they call us black, and I call them swine colors, pig colors, because na piggy color name they get. Now, when you look, you see they have everything it takes. If they want to end Boko Haram now, within 24 hours, Boko Haram will be forgotten. It will become like June 12th. But they don't want to do it. Why? Because Boko Haram is a tool. It's a tool in the hand of the Nigerian colonies. It's their tool. And waiting this tool, waiting be the real reason to make sure that every drop of their resources no waste. Before Mazi Nnamdi was saying something before about Lazarus and the rich man. Yes, not true. If you listen to white people, they are helping us. Not be white, swine color people. They are helping us all the time. They are helping us. How are they helping us? How did they get this money they are helping us with? I used to tell us that everything you see anywhere in this world belongs to Africa. Both religion, both God, both Jesus. Now we get them. They came, they took it from us, and they are now giving us little by little. making it look they are the good people. They love us. They don't give us $1 million. That $1 million, is it to restore the life of those who don't die? Or is it to build another dam that will stop the one that is coming tomorrow? Or is it, what is it for? Now, we are not important. This is what Africans fail to understand. This is what my brothers, when they go build house for Boko Haram house, no one understand. You are not important. You are there now in Abuja. They are evacuating their people back to their home. And you are there sitting in your bungalow, in your duplex, in your castle, waiting that if anything happen now, America go send troops. Wait, make they send troops. They go send troops to come and wipe you out. We don't have any other hope but our own hope. They give you, listen, there's one question I was asking today. Why is it that it's only Africans that cannot sanction anybody? Since the way they born me reach now, why they hear sanction? I can't ask waiting in me. They tell me. I never see where African Union gather together and say we sanction US from taking anything from Africa, or we sanction British. But British, if any African people are doing something, if beating one, even dead bush one pass, they go the quake because they don't want them to give them sanction. And the sanction they are giving you, what do they have? Nothing. Everything they have, even the air they breathe, they take it from us. They extract it from us. And we still there here, they look their face. If we tell you, come out, make we look for Biafra, you go say, you go call me criminal. If someone tell you 128 days to Biafra, you go say 128 days to run away. To run away to where? Where is he running to? If we no one wake up from this our ignorance, you go, the person, anybody that is still ignorant of what is going on and you don't want to wake up, you will die in your ignorance. And maybe when you go come back to incarnate again, if there is opportunity for you, you will find out that we are in Biafra. Because we cannot stop at anything but Biafra. We have no choice but to get Biafra. Biafra is the life we need to live. Biafra is the air we need to live. Biafra is everything we need. We don't have choice, like I said. It's no matter of make we decide now. No. Thank you, Mazi.
Mazi, thank you very much. Let's play this video to the end because it's not long, so that we will extract many of the informations, as in the Afghanistan template that is playing out now, because this video encompasses many things.
The case right now. It's a regional issue. If we were to see Boko Haram appear in some other region of the world, white Africa, which is North Africa, or in the Mideast in some way, we would be alarmed. But it's a regional issue. It recruits regionally. There's a limitless supply of radicals in that part of the world that are willing to do these incredibly barbarous acts. But if we can contain it, if it can be contained, if it can self-contain, in other words, it doesn't have an ability to metastasize or expand elsewhere, frankly, sadly, we're okay with it.
But see, that's where the
Mazi Kelechi, please use 2 minutes. He said if it was in the white African country, they would have taken it to be a priority. But because it is in the black African region, it is not a priority. Now, connoting this video with the other first video, which, what is her name? Is it the US consul or blah, blah, blah? I said they are donating money. Let's bring it to the screen again so that our people will follow us up. We want to compare and contrast so that when we are talking, they will understand us very well.
Hello, I'm U.S. Ambassador Mary Beth Leonard. I have been following closely the ongoing devastating flooding in many states in Nigeria, and I'm glad to be able to announce that the United States is providing $1 million to help meet the immediate needs of the people affected. The U.S. government has a long history of helping nations in crisis. Here in Nigeria, our ongoing $350 million portfolio in humanitarian assistance is addressing the escalating effects of climate change, conflict, and food insecurity.
We don't catch them for there. So, Mazi Kelechi, please do justice to these people because they said if it is in the white African region country, they would have gone to save the situation. But now it involves the blacks and they see them as radicals. Oh my God. And the Afghanistan template is already playing out in Abuja as we speak.
And now you see, if you listen to the videos where people are actually analyzing the truth about Western corruption and Western, devious programs against Africans and dark-colored Africans, you will discover that when they want to call us, they call us Africans, and when they want to call the Biafrans, they call them Igbos. They actually use the right words that actually expresses who we are. But when you want to see, when it comes to political games, political shenanigans, and the approach to all of these kinds of designs and concepts, they will tell you Black Africans. By saying Black Africans, they have already set the two ends against, it's like juxtapositioning, issues, to actually prove the difference, the contrast. When they say Black, they are already telling you who you are. Why should they invest in Black? You are evil. Black connotes evil. Black connotes something worthless, something not really important, and all of that. And over the years, they have shown this attitude towards us, and they have shown. Now look at this woman. She said, if you observe her body language, they are giving $1 million. She behaved like, yes, we're doing, $1 million is what you are worth. Her body language proves that she's actually telling us that they have done so much. You see, we gave you $1 million. You see, we are so generous. And she now made a statement also and said, over the years, they've been used to helping and all of that. And you see, the best explanation here, if I want to say, I'm not going to say Afghanistan template. Maybe the features of the whole action is Afghanistan. It's Afghanistan template, but the activity itself is strictly different from what is happening in Afghanistan. In Afghanistan, we had a lot of support and all of that. Of course, what they want is that they want to keep you where they have to keep you so that they will be able to actually promote and do what they have to do. But we have to come to the understanding to know that these people, if you listen to that man, he said whites, if it's a white country, they see us as people. They know that our continent is rich. They know we have what it takes. They know we have every resources, but they don't want to see us alive so that they can eliminate us through any means. Every means is worth it. It must not be formal, but it's an informal approach. So to destabilize Africa, they have to first brand you the name Black. After branding you, then they can now take the actions they need to take so that when they are dealing with you, it will be that what the people they are dealing with are not worth it. Because if they are Blacks, why do we need them? We want whites everywhere.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you very much. Back to that same video again. Before we go back there, you guys should see what is on the screen. They say that US are evacuating their citizens, right? And embassies over terror alert in one Nigeria. And this is how they are protecting the same Boko Haram, which is the soldiers of the caliphate, which they are using to do every damn thing. Then when you look at this other side, you see that The acclaimed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the threat to national security instead of the Boko Haram, which is about to bomb the Abuja and scatter everywhere. You look at these people here, they did not just die like that. They are killed for the same cause because we are all looking for freedom. Mazi Okonkwo, please, I want you to say something about the picture on the screen before we bring that video back because we will finish that video.
Yeah, thank you. You can see how federal government is protecting Boko Haram and the soldiers of the caliphates. Of course, this information here is not only the Nigerian government or federal government of Nigeria that are protecting them. There are international bodies who are sponsoring this particular Boko Haram. Not only Boko Haram, it is an...
The volume bad.
My volume is okay?
No, it's okay. It's okay. Maybe Biko is from your side. Okay. The volume is okay.
So now it is obvious and clear that the Nigerian government supports everything evil. If you people can think back, you remember during the time when Jonathan was on his campaign with Buhari, I think the second time, Barack Obama, who was, I could say maybe he retired then, I'm not current again, he called Jonathan to simply hand over, which Jonathan also reviewed in one of his speech. Then Obama made a speech which Simon Ekpa attacked, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also attacked him one time. If Obama can say their priority is to put Nigeria to be together, and to put Nigeria together means when they want to get something from that soil called Nigeria, you put them together. But when it is a time to seek, I could say, the affairs of the people, who the Boko Haram, sponsored by the same people, they will tell you that you are not their priority. But come here in Amsterdam, you will see everywhere is evacuated for the Ukrainians, for the Ukrainian people to come inside. Do you know that if you are a Ukrainian citizen, you don't just need a passport to get a job the moment you enter here in Holland? What you need is identify your date of birth that you are from Ukraine. They will give you a house, they will give you instant job. But why can't it happen to the black neighborhoods? This is the same way. Everything that Barawasani you're playing here is connected to the same topic. The Mazi Kinesi just mentioned something. If they want to kill you, first of all, they will make you inferior. They will bring you low and make you lesser so that you see yourself, when they call you black, means they are bringing you so low so that you see yourself inferior. And that is also what we have think on ourselves. That is why you can see people can collaborate together and they sell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even now, let me tell us something. This thing you see, this saga that is going on, whether they will release him or not release him, there are still some of our Igbo brothers, some of your black brothers there in there, sabotaging so that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not be released because of the interest or the relationship, or I could say the alliance they have with all this Western world. They will always use our own people to kill our own people. So it is the British also and America are sponsoring these terrorists. There's no need to doubt about it. And we are here steady to say it without fear. We want freedom. They should take us as a priority because our oil cannot only be their priority. Our code and our gold is not only their priority. Our life also matters. Thank you, comrades.
Thank you, Mazi. Mazi 247. I give you 1 minute to say something about what is on the screen, please. Unmute yourself, please.
Yeah, sorry for that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a threat. Me and you will be threat to Nigeria, to peaceful, abiding citizens. But the worst and the painful part of it is that we are all even threat. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is even more threat to somebody like Ojo Zokalo, Hope Uzodinma, Solo Udo, all of them, Ifeanyi Uba, all of them Why Boko Haram that kill, slew, cut off neck like Christmas chicken and goat, there are no threat to them. That is why they are jubilating. They are happy, gloating, because they want the election. But that will be your end. That election will be your end. I even learned that some of them are beginning to threaten each other because of the election. You will not do election. I will kill you. And that is how they will end. All of them. Monkey go use a hand, hang himself. All of them. Since they have decided that the truth is evil, while evil has become the truth, they will never see good. None of them go see anything way good for this life. That one Nigeria and Boko Haram will be their meat, will be their meal, will be their dream. Nnamdi Kanu is their threat. Threat to peace if they release him. And the US that is running away, are they running away because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? The British, all of them, Canada, are they running away? Are they evacuating their people because of Nnamdi Kanu, or because of Simon Ekpa, or because of Biafra? No. Until we open our eyes to see that these people are against us, we cannot do anything. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mazi Biko, is it Biafrans, just like Mazi 247 asks, is it Biafrans? Is it Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Is it you and I? Is it Simon Ekpa? Is it Biafrans that are killed every day in Biafra land? Is it the ESN that are in the bushes that are trying to stop these soldiers of the caliphate from killing us? Are we the ones that are bombing Abuja that is making US to run away and UK?
You know, as we travel around the world trying to understand what the truth is, we have to understand that when you serve your master according to how he asked you to, that is when they will give you certificate of good person. We understand that the Fulanis are dancing to the tone of the colonial masters. History told us that during the time of slave, Fulanis are the people who helped the slave masters to capture their fellow black people. And history also told us that this is the reason why they handed Nigeria to Fulani. They told you here in this video that if they want to stop Boko Haram, we will stop it automatically. Then I ask, how can you start something you didn't start? Are you understanding me now? Biafrans, are you people getting it? They know, they say they can stop Boko Haram in one twinkle of eye. How can you stop something you didn't start? These people are the real people who created Boko Haram. They are the people who created Afghanistan. The thing that is happening there. They said when they want to stop it, they will stop it. But the ambassador of US and the other ambassadors, they are now telling you that Nnamdi Kanu is a threat. Releasing of peace is a threat to them. This thing you see them running away today is just to paint every other thing that the Biafrans are doing to look bad. The way they call us sub-Saharans, they call us black people, they call it black market, they call it black mind. Everything that is referred to black is something evil.
Black Friday.
But in the reality, Black Friday, black monkey, black everything, black cat. In China, olden days, if a black cat come out on the street, it is an abomination. That is the level they have painted black people to be. But one thing is this, truth is still coming out. they said that the democracy which the whole world is practicing was giving birth to Igbo people. So,
sorry.
Drink water.
My brother, let me see if I have water here, sir.
Don't finish my water in the spirit, though.
If I don't get water for Spain, you will come to Holland, water full plenty everywhere.
So, my brother, it is better you know what they have painted you up to be. You understand? There is something that is called the population of human being. America is now taking their people out so that their own number will not be depopulated. And they said they are budgeting 1 billion or 1 million to help the people who will take the agenda of eliminating of other people. How and Gowon said if he could know that the people love money so much, he would have given them money than to fight Ojukwu. The same money is what they are bringing back to you again for you to accept and seize your mouth when justice has been passed to Nnamdi Kanu. And you see Malami and Buhari stand top of injustice, still ruling you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi. That brings us to something else. They said we should ensure smooth and fair election in one Nigeria. And the people that gave you that mandate, they are running away in the midst of the travelers that have taken over the country. Now, how can a blind man sit down and then tell someone that even see road tomorrow, say you are about to fall into the well, oh, but him is not seeing anything? Mazi Kelechi, what can you pick out from when one Nigeria liaised with the US and UK, and then they gave this information out? Ensure smooth election, fair election. But now they are running away with their citizens and their workers. Why?
One thing election does, election helps to sustain the status quo. Once you have election, the status quo is sustained, their businesses continue, the people will only cry and expect another change for another 4 years. So the expectation is that the people have always allowed the status quo to reign, and so they know that the people will always buy into and key into the expectation and all of that. So what they do is this: they make you believe that you need to sustain because your peace is in the concept of your democracy or your election. Your election will guarantee continuity, and when you continue, you are not going to die. Your children will be safe, even if you're going to be hungry. We're going to try and bring you humanitarian, provisions and all of that. But it is better for you to have elections so that you can have somebody else. Maybe the person who is coming this time around will change the status quo, will help you, will provide what you need, will do what you are expecting. But in case he doesn't do what you're expecting, then of course you have to wait for another 4 years or something. Just try to make sure that you don't allow anything destroy your democracy. Just maintain it, because that is the only thing that will help you survive. And this is how the people encourage themselves. This is how the people, just keep going until they go, the generations pass, another generation comes and all of that. The people who are actually controlling the minds of the people are the people who have designed the templates for the people to run on. So we need to change the status quo. The status quo is consistently in the concept of even their United Nations policies, because all of these things are actually meant to keep things working in the same way. The United Nations have been designed in that platter or in that system to structure the minds of the people. See, democracy is important. Sustain the democracy. Make sure. Now look at countries like Mali. In spite of all the problems they have, in spite of all the situations they have, they tell them we want democracy. When the military takes over, they tell you democracy is important. You know why? The status quo of the democracy has been used as a means of brainwashing the people to think that when you have democracy, things will get better. They keep giving you that hope that democracy will make things better. But they are not telling you that there are fundamental problems you have to still solve for democracies to survive. So if we want to understand these things, we must understand the fact that we must solve the fundamentals before we begin to talk about democracy or even talk about elections. Because democracy itself is fundamentally a structural system that works on a foundation that has the voice of the people as basic. So if we don't go on that, now how do you talk about election when you know that you are already on a system that is flawed? Your constitution is flawed. Everything about you is flawed. That is why they want to preserve you. Now, has Britain or America talked about the constitution? No, they won't talk about that, but they will talk about the election because it helps them. It helps them sustain their businesses. The Shell today, according to reports yesterday, Shell in the third quarter of this year, that's 3 months, auditing, got over 40% profit, $9 billion. Shell is an Anglo-Dutch company. They sustain their business by lying to the people. They want that election to continue so that their business will continue. Almost of those profits come from Biafraland. $9 billion in just 3 months. That is the one they record. That is the one they mentioned. Plus the ones they have stolen and all this. We're talking about not 9 billion naira, $9 billion. They want the status quo. Just continue the election. People should make sure election goes on. Make sure you elect somebody because our business must continue. These things we must fight against. They are wicked. We must fight against these things.
Thank you, Mazi. Maintaining the status quo. I will also put it in a way Biafrans can be able to pronounce it very easily. Maintaining the slave pattern, maintaining the hegemonic tendency. That is why when when Soludo came into power, you saw all of them here coming behind him. It was to remind Soludo of the mandate, that mandate which they have to fulfill and to keep in line so that their business enterprise can continue at the expense of our lives. So we are facing a formidable array of enemies, both within and without. And we are going to do what? To face them head on. Those are the exact words of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So Biafran people are not perplexed. We are not carried away by all these shenanigan movements and all these displays in the media because we were pre-informed and ready of this very time. And the hour has come for Biafrans to face things the way it has ever been channeled and then prepared to come to be. What is our message? Our message to Biafrans is that they must stand their ground because no election in Biafra land will flush out every slave pattern that has been set out. Those offices and those businesses that is to continue in order to keep on funding our killings, our cutting of our mothers and raping of our sisters and children and our men. Could you imagine that they even rape men? After they finish raping them, they will cut them to pieces because their lives does not matter. The same way they rape cows, the same way they rape goat and dog. That is the same thing that they do to men. Men, I'm talking about. This is different from women. They rape men. When you see them do it, you will shed your tears. So when the US and UK are now moving their citizens out, and then the same people are coming to tell you, we want you to maintain democracy, oh. We want you to do elections so that people will not have problem. It is to maintain their business. Mazi Okonkwo, we have done a exposition on how Britain aided the massacre of Biafrans in the 60s to the 70s. And you saw the role this shell that Mazi Kelechi just talked about did, how they used the money generated from the oil and gas from Biafra land through Shell to fund every method and every weapons of warfare that was used against the Biafran people. And in this very time, it is still the same thing. How do you connect the dots of what happened in the 60s to 70s and what is still happening today and what is playing out now in line with the Afghanistan template that is already taking place in one Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you, comrades. You know, the scripture that I used to read, Bible, he said, in the last days, he said, knowledge shall be increased. Knowledge shall increase, and the mountain shall be established on top of another mountain. It talks about increase of wisdom and understanding. I could say more the conscience of people. People begin to be awake, and our see they have modernized the way of terror. You know, in the olden days, early 60s, where you are talking about, they gave them a physical weapon to wipe us out from the face of the earth. But now there are some diplomatical weapon, a weapon, paper weapon is what they are giving to Nigeria right now to kill us. It is called systematical extermination. There is no difference between both of them, but I was on it. What difference is the other one? Let's say it can be manual, but now they are using all formula in order to hold us on the same point where we are. So to connect both of them, both the ones they did on starving the Biafran people. Do you know that during this period, the British will go and take the Fulanese, tell those people like now, Mazi Simon tweeted something today, telling all our brothers there, maybe brothers of Sonu will come there also by the security alert, telling them to get ready. And all of them there now are reluctant and complicit in Zion. When the run started in the last 60s, before the war, they said that when the Fulanis will come and tell them, no, you people should stay here. No, forget about the killings. It's never going to touch you. At the night, they will come and scatter and kill them all. It is still going to happen on this time. The Bible says that's a way they put the Pastor Kelechi will correct me. Say, he who don't have a machete, go and sell your what? And buy what? A machete, which is the word. So you must get prepared. It is the same system they are using, but in a modernized way. If you ask me, this is how I connected. But I was on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi. You have done justice to that. Let's play this video before we ride on, please.
The issue is because this one town or this one city of Baga is right along the border with Chad. And Nick, I want to bring you back in. There is a real concern. President Goodluck Jonathan sent his sympathies to Paris, yet he said nary a word about what happened in that border town where there was a slaughter of some reports saying 2,000 people. This is radical terrorism, seemingly unfettered.
Please, where did they say President Jonathan sent his condolence to? Mazio Biko, they said President Jonathan sent his condolence to France because this video was during his time. But people were dying in Chad, which is caused by the Boko Haram sect that are within and without the one Nigeria. Why is our leaders always playing an outside angel, both in Biafralands and also in the entire one Nigeria? So what is the role that they are actually helping the caliphate to achieve?
Yeah, thank you. You know, Fela said, teacher, teach me nonsense. You know, when teacher teach you nonsense, then you will begin to understand why some people, some prophets come out in a different form.
Mazi, I beg no vex. Repeat that your quote of Fela again.
Teacher.
Repeat and read 3 times so that Biafra
Teacher, teach me nonsense.
Teacher, don't teach me
Yeah,
nonsense.
it's a teacher teach me nonsense. You know,
No teach me
then
nonsense.
when you understand that song deep, you know why one thing is that they change the mindset of our people how to reason. They change the mindset of Goodluck Jonathan not to recognize what is happening in his town, but he ended up sending condolence to anywhere there is disaster out of Nigeria. The same way they changed the mindset of P2B, whom flowed is flooding his own people in Anambra State. But P2B ended up in Cross River State, donating money and entering boat. Do you know?
Na for Benue,
This
na
is
for Benue, na for Benue, for Benue.
Benue State. Do you know? This thing is how they want you to think is how you have to behave. The one they authorize you to say, you will say it. This is good Lord Jonathan. There have been a time CNN they placed good Lord Jonathan on top of a mountain, I think in Russia. Code was beating good Lord Jonathan. They were asking good Lord Jonathan. If you listen to this interview that time, this is smoke of code is coming out of his mouth.
Mazi, I beg, look for that interview and give us so that
yeah, good Lord. They told the
we
good Lord
don't
Jonathan.
finish us.
Yes. you know.
Go on. Very funny. Smoke they come up with. Oh, because you kill people today. Go on.
Now.
God, don't kill them. Finish. Yes. Well, you finish them here. They come up with.
Yeah. You people know. You know that this thing you see us doing today. This is the work of journalists, the people who studied to tell the public exactly what is happening. But the brain of the journalist has been reset to tell you that Nnamdi Kanu, the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu, the king of peace, is a threat to the society. But these particular people freed the leader of Boko Haram, who took bomb and killed many people him from the same cause. But you see, Shegun in a channel TV, the one they are promote, the way their brain has been set, is what they are going to bring to you. Do you know, when we go inside this deep analysis, we come out because we are tired of hearing nonsense. At least the one I am doing today, nobody in this world will come and tell me that he is cheating me, because I'm telling you the one that's your game. I know it. I will be rest. I will have rest because I let you know that you cannot play that game with me. And why is it that other part of Africa is free? Because they stood in their presence. They told them, don't play this kind of game with me. Austin, who is in Holland, in a developed country, let someone come there and tell you that you cannot do this broadcast. Then nobody will try it. Nobody will even come here now and tell me I wouldn't do it, because I know what my right is all about. I know that the law, that code number is above every other living being in this world. But in Nigeria, they tell you what you have to do, starting from the people who wrote law, who tell that the life in Africa, in the sub-Sahara, is not valid. It's not valid. Then the same people will take the law and they come to their own country and they tell you how you have to secure the cat on the street. They have to secure the animals on the street. They tell you how you, even if you use your razor blade and they cut your finger, you have to go to the hospital. Are you getting it? But in our own side, they will rape a woman who know that is against the law of United Nations. After raping the person, they will tear the body in pieces. They will tell you, oh, Boko Haram is doing a better job. But Nnamdi Kanu, who is trying to practice the thing which our forefathers gave birth to, which is democracy, they will tell you, no, you are not allowed to practice it. What is the secret behind this thing? That is what we are asking. According to this one again, he said they have every power to stop this going on in Nigeria. But they said they not do it. because they are the one who created it. If they know they can stop it, how are they going to stop it? You can only stop what you create. Thank you.
Mazi, thank you for that well incisive submission that has watered many things for us. And even the quote that you gave us, the second sparkle our grieved mind a bit. Thank you very much. You cannot stop what you did not start. So Britain, US, Europe, they started and they know everything about the depilatory conditions of every human being in Africa. There is one country that people should also reckon on: Ethiopia. Ethiopia. Ethiopia, I have read something about Ethiopia that makes me to understand that they use the lions, whether lions or tiger, to fight against their colonizers when they came. And as it stands now, this is one of the places that the colonizers did not have their full hands on. Why? Because of the
During the
resilience.
time of Helen Selassie.
Okay. Because of the resilience and the togetherness and the decisiveness that they had. Biafran people have gone through so much hell, and it is time that we give it back to the zoo, woto woto, because it is not business as usual again. As this Afghanistan template is fast playing out, it is the right time for you to also push everything that you have for it to go in the puzzle. Let's play this video because there are a lot to pick out here.
Unfettered and metastasizing for that reason. We've heard that from the Archbishop of Jos here, an influential figure, saying exactly that. Look, here you have Boko Haram in Nigeria. They've just struck across the border in Cameroon. They've got the freedom of access into Chad, across to Niger to the north. This is a growing, more than regional threat reaching into North Africa. When did Boko Haram get more weapons? When Libya fell apart in 2011. I was in Niger, which borders the south of Libya, at that time. Afterwards, when the weapons were flowing through, things as big as helicopters dismantled on the backs of trucks being taken out of military bases in Libya, taken through Niger to Nigeria, right beneath it. Boko Haram got their hands on a massive haul of weapons. Boko Haram is growing at the moment, and right now Niger, Nigeria, Chad and Cameroon, but it's connected through Niger to Mali. Al-Qaeda is in Mali. It's connected through Niger to Libya, where it got the weapons from. But the weapons go south, the people, the ideology goes north. Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb, they're getting stronger in the east of Libya. It's sort of almost endless across the north of Africa. So yes, that is a metastasizing threat here that will, over time, if not thwarted, at least underpin the Al-Qaeda threat and the ISIS threat that's growing in North Africa, which then threatens Europe just across the Mediterranean. Not just weapons, not just terrorism, but an outflow of migrants, which is destabilizing Europe at the moment.
Good one.
Okay, we have something to ask them, because they said all weapons are coming in from Libya. That it was when they killed Gaddafi. That was when most weapons went from there to Libya.
How many weapons coming from Libya?
God bless you, sir. God bless you. It's the question we want to
Libya,
ask.
they manufacture weapons.
We they ask, who supply weapons go keep for Libya in the first place? The same way that it was supplied to Afghanistan. And who are the people still supplying weapons to Nigeria now?
The same people.
It is to grow their economy. Mazi 247, please handle this one as you conclude on this video.
Anyway, as you hear them, thank God Libya now they manufacture arms. Niger, they manufacture arms. Mali, they manufacture all the African countries now. Now then they manufacture the weapons where Boko Haram they use. Because when these people do anything, they must find an excuse to make you see your brother as your enemy. That is their own. Somebody was here saying, are they the one that sold Africans? Since you the watch movie of slave trade, have you seen where African man collected money from the Europeans or Westerns for selling their brothers or their children? Common sense. Now you both act them, no you both write them. You don't see where they act film. Slave trade, they say, or you both come buy somebody, he can money, give the black man, collect him family, go. You don't see him. They deceive on the mumu. This same deceiving where they deceive us. That is why you hear him now telling you the weapon is coming in from Libya. They all know. You know, one thing is that they don't know how to lie because they know where the weapons are coming in from. They even know where they store the weapon. They know the routes because from the Google Earth, from the air, from satellite, they can see anything they want to see, know everything they want to know. Like Gaddafi said that the ammunition, the weapon they found in Abuja, finally they trace one, they come find and say it was manufactured in US. If you go find this weapon now, who make them? You go find and say, if you know be UK, it go be US. You know past two of them. And they are the one telling you that Nigerians are killing each other. Nnamdi Kanu is a threat to the society. Boko Haram hasn't done anything. Boko Haram is a way of life. Why Biafra is a way of destruction to them. I will always say this. We don't have choice but to bring Biafra. Biafra will open the eyes of every African man, wherever they are. This one, another father of liar. As big, as old as he is, all he know how to do is to lie to people. Is to lie to people. We have a lot of work to do. But if the paper say we they do the work, the people where would they do the work for know they understand them. Like Paul will say, fella say, teacher, don't teach me nonsense. Who employ you for work? Now, for instance, Sonny, if I get company, employ you, say, now human being at the court to put for can, go sell them in the name of meat, and you agree to work for me. Not be human being you go the court to put for can. Whoever accept to be a politician in Nigeria have accepted the, like your brother Obi rightly said, that I will live to defend the Constitution. Even if the Constitution say, kill every Igbo man, I will live to defend it. Even if the Constitution say that if you free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is a threat to the nation, I would defend it. Even if the Constitution said, kill everybody, throw them inside the Zoo River, I would defend it. We have no choice but to fight and bring Biafra. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi. We have no choice than to fight and to liberate Biafra. Mazi Gaddafi. Mazi Gaddafi. Mazi Gaddafi. Can you hear us, please? Welcome
Yes,
to the
yes.
studio.
I hear you.
All right. We want you to help us pass this message to Biafrans. You have the mic, please.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. Thank you, Biafrans. Thank you.
Introduce yourself.
They just call me Gaddafi now, and they used to call me Gaddafi. And I thank every one of you for gathering. I will do back and front. There's something I sent to you 247 to Sunny. You know, based on what 247 was saying, the explosive weapon that was found in Abuja, the company that manufactured it is called Austin Powder.
My own?
Austin. No, not your own.
Not my own powder.
We don't get you.
247. You can display it. You can display it to them. I'll send it to you.
Oh yeah, if you put powder here, it go be like saying the other one powder. My own powder.
No, my brother, not your own.
Okay, I don't see
uh-huh.
for display am now.
You know, that is the company. I follow this company up. I followed this company. The company started 1833. The company is in almost all over the world. They have this company. It is called Austin Powder Company. Their head office is in Ohio. So I want to ask America, who has come to find it, who give us the alert. How did this product get to the hand of Boko Haram? How did this product get to the hand of terrorists? It is manufactured in the United States. Their head office, the head office is in Ohio. If it can be a little bit bold, this is the box they saw. It is, you can see the name of the company, Austin Powder Company. Take my time, watch the offices of this company. This company is everywhere in Europe, South America, North America, is everywhere. They are the one that produce this explosive device box. And how did Boko Haram get it? How was it delivered? Which port was it cleared? You know, when Buhari used their brothers and sisters and put in the wharf so that the supply chain will move freely. Go to One Wharf. The people in charge of One Wharf are the Fulanis. The people in charge of Lagos Wharf are the Fulanis. And let me tell you, most of these SBs comes through private terminals, private wharf. Now, some of these products, investigation and our intelligence, some of them come with these oil bunkering vessels that are bought in private depots in Lagos there. So now, how did this thing pass through every checking point that is everywhere, get to Abuja? These are questions we should ask US. These are questions we should ask DSS. These are the questions we should ask United States. These are the questions the Biafran people need to ask. You understand? This is the address of the company. Has the government of Nigeria called this company into order? How did their product get into the country? Who cleared this container? Was it thrown by air? So these people come to a place and put fire in the road and say, who is doing this? How did this product get to Nigeria? How did it enter into the hands of the Boko Haram? From which wharf is in the north? So how come? These are questions we need to ask. If you browse this, search on this company, you will see their head office is in the US. So US intelligence did not know when this shipment left US. They did not know when it left. The European Union did not know when this thing left in their port. Even the scanning they have in the wharf, they did not see the scan of these explosive devices. So who is deceiving who? That is why we need Biafra, a place that people can checkmate things that comes in.
Wow.
That has accountability, called Biafra. And the other name of Nigeria is for fraud. So these are things we need to ask ourselves. Who is deceiving who? And for obedient fools, they should know this is the reason why we need Biafra. Yes, obedient idiots. Who is deceiving who? Who is scaring who? Who is planning against who? Who want to hand over our government? See, let me tell you, before you get to Pilot Gate in Aso Rock, before you get to Pilot Gate, you pass through many scanners before you get to pilot gate. So every time they say Abuja is this, Abuja that, from the Millennium Park, from the side of the Asorok route, from the Millennium Park, before in front of Federal Secretariat, there's a place you must not pass through. In front of that Federal Secretariat, if you are going through the court area. So they have all these securities for ordinary individual and not for Boko Haram, not for terrorists. For America to evacuate their citizens, there's something they see more than what they told us. Well, I so submit my people. So we got to think about who is deceiving who.
Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you.
You still have something else to talk about for us before we allow you to rest. We want that your saliva where you just carry come away, see they hot. Make you utilize the saliva well for us. Because we don't too miss you for years. So now where you come. You know, say, now once in a while they see pastor where they do anointing. So today where we see pastor where they do anointing, make him do the anointing where it's happy do.
You know, we are calling yes. This tweet from our spokesperson, it is very, very important. Like we have been telling our people who is living in that area. You remember in 1966, when this kind of thing that is happening now or is about to happen, it took place in 1966. They perceived it the way they perceive what is about to happen. You know what they did? They massacred our people that are in service. Starting from Lagos down to the north, those ones that were soldiers, somebody was giving testimony that he would have been killed if it's not that he ran away or he escaped. And this kind of thing is happening. Our people are relaxing, carrying a very fat pillow, putting their head. This tweet you see here has explained everything you need to know. You know, the elderly man stole a chicken. He called his another elderly man. When children was chasing after the elderly man, he said, use elderly eyes and look into this bag. Is there any chicken? The adult did not lie. He did not say there was no chicken. He only turned back and asked the children, who told you that there is chicken inside this bag? Who told you that this man stole the chicken? So people want us to open our mouths until our saliva is pouring out before they understand the coded message. This is a confirmed coded message. And I remember when Ojukwu came to Osa Abiola, 1993, I was in Lagos. Ojukwu told us that enough of when they chase you, you start running back to the east. And at the end of the day, some of you die on the road on motor accidents. Now, as it stands now, if you start running down to your place, as you refuse to come back when they ask you to come back, you may run into the hands of the one that's chasing you. So this is a very good information that arm yourself. Self-defense is not a crime. Arm yourself, the Biafrans. And let me tell you, whether you are Igbo, you are from Delta, South, Isoko, Cross River, if these people want to kill you, they will call you Nyamri. All of you are Nyamri. So equip yourself, arm yourself to the teeth, defend yourself. Remember what happened in 1966? Our people were running. Let me tell you, I don't believe in running to beg somebody, don't kill me, please don't kill me. At the end of the day, the person end up killing you. Guy, fight back, defend yourself. It's better you die while fighting than to die while begging. I don't believe in dying while begging. I believe in dying while fighting. So defend yourself. Arm yourself as our spokesman has directed you. So if you do now your dead body, please be Igbo man, never been defeated. The Biafran has never been defeated. We fought against the whole world in 1967 to 1970. They did defeat us. They didn't defeat us. We stood in our ground with empty-handed, but this time we are well able. I can Biafra, Mamani. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi. Mazi Okonkwo.
Sir.
We have seen that trucks were burnt. We are now in the security awareness and warnings to our people. And we have seen that there was another disaster today in Onitsha. All these are part and parcel of the plans that are on ground. We want our people to understand. I want you to use what has happened for the past days, put them together and pass a good message to our people. How they have to beef up their security, both those back home and also those in the lands where they call us Nyamiri.
Thank you. This is a very good one. You see, our people used to say in the parable in Igbo language that na anaha wochinte. I don't know how to translate that one. Anaha wochinte. Maybe nasara but I was going to translate. Anaha wochinte na agesula. It's a very big.
That is, you don't tell a deaf person that the war has broke out.
Yes. You know the tell Igbo language.
You don't tell deaf person that
when the bomb hit, boom. Sorry, this is why the top bomb made no block me. When the bunny were that boom. Blind man self go see that day. Blind man go see for that place. So I'm using this opportunity, like what Abarawa Sane have said, to put everything in together. You see, this is one of the time that Mazi Nnamdi has mentioned that when we begin to see this kind of period and time, we will enter into what is called mental toughness. You know, the tweet you just said here, you showed here by Simon, people will be taking it for granted. It is not for granted. The departure of Biafra will be like the day of Noah. Let me come. Now, Mazi Simon is the Noah, or Mazi Nnamdi. Now, we are now telling people, get your pot ready, get your machete ready, get your pepper ready. Everybody stays very complacent in Zion. And I have watching the Naresula. One thing I want to tell our people is this. This is not a story any longer. Everything you see that is happening right now is God himself opening up a space and a space of escape for us. So we must grant ourselves this opportunity to be free totally. So everything you see that is going on, all the insurgents, the killings in Onitsha, and all the British running away from Nigeria is part of what Mazi Nnamdi has told them. Mazi Nnamdi said, God will destroy Nigeria. And he said, I am returning with the hell. And now they're releasing him. Everybody is afraid. Release him by nowhere. Leave him by nowhere. So everything that we see that's happening here is for the glory of God. It's for our own victory. Thank you, Abarawas, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Before the next speaker speaks, let us remind Biafrans the reason we are fighting. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been speaking. Many of you will say, is it not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? We don't know. Or is it not Simon Ekpa? We don't know. Is it not Okonkwo that is talking here? Is it not 247? Is it not the Biko? Is it not Gaddafi? Is it not Kelechi? Is it not Sonny that is nobody here? But listen to the main reason and what was happening then and what is still happening now and why you are fighting to be alive.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
Mazi Kelechi, a message has been delivered. Escalated to Biafrans.
Do it again.
Okay. Well, let me pick it again.
Yeah.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
Den aktuelle situasjonen.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
Situasjonen.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
God bless you.
To prevent ourselves
God
being
bless
slaughtered.
you.
Kelechi hear this.
Yes. Mazi Kelechi, you got the point. Escalate it for us.
Yes, now you see, I like the way Ojukwu passes his message. Whenever I listen to him, he's straightforward to the point. He just gives it precise and real. The one aim of Biafra is to prevent us from being slaughtered. That's the focus. Now, you see, this issue of global conspiracy is a racket.
A racket.
It's just like when you go to. It's just like when you go to the drug. You know, people like this man, Bill Gates, and all of that. They need to create a situation. It's like all these movies. They create a situation that will warrant for sales of ammunitions, warheads, and all this stuff. Everything is designed to make sure that there is a constant market for their products, because they must consistently maintain their businesses. It's just like the drug cartels, in Mexico and all of that. There is a system that has been structured. It must continue, and Africa is the test ground. Is the place where everything just, these people have been, segmented or segregated to be where we test, where we actually utilize all these weapons. We can't use them on our soils that effectively, but in Africa, we have these people who have allowed themselves to be cheated over the years, who have allowed themselves to be subjugated, who actually even contributed in destroying each other. Of course, when Mazi Nnamdi was making a kind of broadcast one certain time, he talked about how Ghanaians were utilized to actually defeat the other aspects of West Africa, and they promised so much, and then they stood for the British and all of that, and their stooges, and they carried them and they used them to actually decimate the people, fight against their own people. So Africa has become a ground. And one thing about this kind of cartel design and structure, they first identify those ones who are cowards and who actually are well positioned for this kind of destruction. Then they now focus and identify those ones who have the hearts to carry out this destruction. They now discover the Fulanis are very effective for this. They give them the role. All over Africa today, the Fulanis in governments of not just only the zoo, all over Africa, almost all the governments that are taking over now are the Fulanis. They sponsor this money they set up for this Fulanization of Africa has actually been set to put men, women in all African nations as people who will promote their political ambition and all of that, just to destroy. So that's the thing. It's a racket. So people must understand this. Now, you see what Ojukwu said. This is what we have to stop. We have to stop them, and the time is now.
Thank you, Mazi. Mazi 247. The war aim of Biafra, the whole aim of Biafra, is to stop ourselves from being slaughtered, is to stop the enemies from taking us over, is to stop the colonization agenda from graving everyone. How do you connect them and then make it to be equals to no election in Biafra land as a tool for us to be able to actualize what Ojukwu said?
Well, thank you, Sonny. The same thing Ojukwu said is the same thing we are saying today. When you hear no election, when you hear support the ESN, when you hear you need Biafra, when you hear Peter B is not your brother, and he has confirmed it, he happened to come from Igbo. So no election is to defend yourself from being slaughtered, not being killed, being slaughtered. Why? How? Because these people have nothing more to give you but to kill you by day, kill you by night. The only way we can be free, the only way we can be safe is by being a freed people. And there is no way you can be a free people in Nigeria. And there is no way, no how, no time, no juju man go do am. America, Britain, nobody can do it for you. To be a free person, other than to remain under the bondage. We are like sheep. Sheep even get value now. We are like a cockroach where they don't want. Anytime they want, they smash you with their leg. They have called us infidels.
Black.
We are nothing before these people. The only thing we need is Biafra. Biafra means life. Biafra means light. Biafra means peace. This is the only thing we need. No election means Biafra. And the no election means end to terrorism, end to Boko Haram, end to Fulanization, end to Islamization, end to Sharia law. Thank you, Sonny.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you, my comrades. Mazi Owubiko, please, there is this picture we see on the screen. We want you to explain to Biafrans and let them understand the rationale behind this Fulanization formation that has been set up.
These are confused people.
Picture it out for Biafrans to understand that you having one Fulani stooge working, having another Fulani stooge working, having another Fulani stooge working, having another Fulani stooge is nothing equals to life. It's equals to danger because people might misunderstand Obi standing in front, but it is not Obi that is standing. It is Shetima that is standing.
Yeah.
So please connect it and explain to Biafrans for them to understand the importance of not allowing this carnage to happen again with no election in Biafra land.
Thank you for another opportunity.
Mazi,
it's really good in
drop this Ashawo people there for our platform here. May they go for Udu platform, no be here. Private work.
I don't block them.
Okay.
So, as the opportunity is given to me again, Biafrans, you know, in my Facebook, I told you people that a picture speaks more than 1,000 words. And when you look at why we come is things we know will come show because we know you don't have electricity. So who can hear? If you hear, you tell others. If you look P2B in this place, you will understand that P2B, behind P2B is Fulani man. Behind Tinubu is a Fulani man. And the side of Atiku is Chromatic Fulani man. And it does not end there. In Navy is Fulani man. In police is Fulani man. In wharf is Fulani man. In air is Fulani man. They have dominated everywhere. And why do I come to for me to use my time richly? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, among all people in this world that have gotten their independence, if you, indigenous Nigeria and the Biafrans, follow the same step, you people are going to remain in Nigeria for the rest of eternity. But you need a different strategy to get Biafra. And that's why when Simon Ekpa came, he looked into Simon Ekpa, he called him, he said, please, Simon, do not let the devil enter you. I have more than 80 million followers all over the world, but I have picked you. Please, Simon, don't disappoint me. You have packages inside you. Listen, you have a new dimension that will give us Biafra, and you have the courage, you have the integrity, you have the intelligence. Please don't disappoint. And the way who is under autopilot, who have psyched Simon Ekpa and under understand the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spoke to him in that spiritual language. We back him. Now, I want to bring another idea here under this media. Maybe Simon and every other person will hear it. Then we go back to when NSAS came. It was brutal. People went to the Nigerian toll gate to protest for their right. Nigerian government ordered the Nigerian police to kill the Nigerian citizens in front of their toll gate. Let me tell you the most peaceful NSAS that can destroy Nigeria for indigenous people find themselves in Nigerian territory will be free. This thing which Biafrans are practicing today, which is sit at home, if all Nigerians, indigenous Nigerians will practice this in the day of election, that is automatic new dimension to end Nigeria. If Oduduwas will preach this thing, if Edoku will preach the same, if anybody who need freedom go to enjoy, bring out your flag after the day of election, let everybody stay indoor. Then tell me who will come to your house and kill you. And we know that American satellite will come there, British satellite will come there, United Nations satellite will come there. All satellite is on Nigeria. And when that satellite come, they will meet empty street. This is automatic NSAS. Silent killing. There's nothing you can do to take Nigeria out of Fulani hand, unless you obey the new dimension Simon Eber. This is the only thing. Biafrans are ready to sit at home. If we do the worst and every other people will understand, this is very easy for you to be free, because you cannot follow your freedom the way other people did it. Bring a new dimension. Sit at home the day of election, the whole Nigeria. So if you find sense inside this thing, then we can put like there. But don't forget that we need to support ESN. Fundraising is coming tomorrow. Onye Chineke na-echekwa ndụ ya nche.
Thank you, Mazi. Udo Direma. So for those of you that are writing, Simon is live. We know and we have seen the updates, and we will join him when it's time. Mazi Okonkwo, please, looking at this criminal that you see on the screen, explain to Biafrans, let them understand what all these people stand for. That it is all Fulani. That there is nothing equals to Biafran here. There is nothing equals to Igbo or Yoruba here. There is nothing equals to Igala. There is nothing equals to Efik or Tifi or Hausa. Everything you see here is Fulani, and they have only one template. Please explain to them so that they will know the reasons of no election in Biafraland.
You know, thank you, Barawasane. These people you are seeing here, both the ones that look like monkey and the ones that look like gorilla and the ones that look like anything, look here. You see, these are free moral saboteurs against the people. You know, there are some saboteurs. You don't pay them the money, but they want to do it purposely, willingly, you know, gratis, free saboteur. That's what these people are doing here. And if you look at these people as a youth of Nigeria, you will see that these men here are our main problem. They just want to satisfy somebody from somewhere there. Especially this one where they laugh like, where Obi? Obi went to, what is it called again? Owina Shackle Church. Maybe some of you have seen that video. Obi confessed that all of them politicians has failed. I don't know, but maybe next time we'll bring that video. Obi said that all the politicians plus himself has failed. Now, I'm asking Obi, what makes
he said it in 2017 and he said it in this 2022 again.
Now, every day he is a failure. when is he going to be a man? When I came and said Obi is a boy, people don't understand. Then when is he going to correct that which make him to fail on this present time? And why can we let Nigerians, because we in Biafra land, but I'm just saying for saying sake, these people are our main problem, especially this one where they for up there, this one where hand they shake. These people are the main problem. If you are, ancestor, you don't need to go to native doctor to ask yourself which demon they pursue you. Some people go say, they have dream, demon. This one a physical dream now. As they look this photo, these are our main nightmare. Like you see, if you see these people in the dream, in fact, either you kill them or they'll kill, because these are evil spirits. Now, what I call them. So anybody still hoping for these people, and especially this one will be know himself that he can never be a president of Nigeria, but he availed himself. That's why I call free moral saboteur. Just let me do it for free. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi. Mazi Gaddafi, when you look at these people you see on the screen, these four zombies that you see on the screen, they are all protecting one thing. And that one thing is the thing that is killing us all, the oil and gas. And the main aim is to make sure that the entire one Nigeria is Islamized. Fulani, 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 all of them. How will you explain to Biafrans for them to understand that this one here, they should not look at his face that is also part of the Fulani, because the person that is going to stand beside it is Fulani. Remember when Goodluck Jonathan was in power, his hands were tied. Let us also go back to when Azikiwe was in power. He ran out of Nigeria on seeing what was happening because he could not do anything. It is Fulani that are leading. Please let us know more reasons, looking at these people in their perspective of Fulani, why no election should come on.
Thank you, my comrades. First of all, Fulani they are practicing a trinity. Trinity in the sense that Shetima that is behind the Tinubu is the commander of Boko Haram. Everybody knows that. Then the one that is standing at the back of Obi is a boy, that London boy. The senior brother said, whether they are president or they are vice, they are the one ruling. Then when you go to the ancestor, who is Agburu, area boy of himself, the ancestor himself. These people are old men that agree. They have nothing good to offer, number one. Then when we go to that article, I want to remind Nigerians and the lazy youths, as their president called them. When Atiku was a vice president, he sold Nitel. Nitel is dead. He sold NEPA. Are you people having lights? He sold a Kaduna refinery. He sold all the refinery. And this time he said, if he become a president, he will sell NNPC. And let me tell you, they are selling it to themselves. These are the people you are shouting for, who want to bury you. And remember, a minister in Nigeria went and signed a document with China, sold Nigeria with $4 million. Now, what I want to tell you is that if Atiku happen to be your president, Atiku will sell human being on the street. Go to Port Harcourt. Go to Port Harcourt. You will see that the Intel is owned by Atiku. Intel is owned by Atiku. And that's why he told the northern people that you need a northerner to defend your oil block. That is the coded language he communicated to his people. You need a northerner to defend and to protect your investment in the coastal region. These people you see here, they don't have anything good for us. I pity the obedient unto They are saying, let me tell you, when Goodluck was president, he did not repair Otoke. Let me tell you, the house of Goodluck, the father's compound where Goodluck reside, there is a bridge. Before that bridge, if you descend from that bridge, it is the house of Goodluck, a very mighty compound there. But the road before the bridge, is not hard. Those days, my truck used to sink in that place. He is the president. The road was not okay. Let me tell you another one. Goodluck owned a construction company. If you are going to Ogbia, after you pass through Otoke, you are going to Ogbia, on the roadside, they abandon all the machines, all the own a construction company, but did not construct road that lead to his house. So this was Goodluck, the one you know. Anybody can prove me right or wrong. If the road was tied, you know, say it's another person that tied it. But the road was not tied when Goodluck was president. So being a president does not solve our problem. What solves our problem is Biafra. Having a Biafra where everybody will be checkmate, where people's life will be valued, that is what solves our problem. Not Obi, not Atiku. Then this Tinubu, people, the useless people are shouting Jagaban, Jagaban, Jagaban. They just forgot that he was the one that ordered the massacre at Lekki Toge. He was the one that ordered the massacre. He was the one that ordered the lights to be switched off, the cameras to be removed. But the lazy youth has just soon forgotten. And the problem we have, our youth have, is that they never learn from the past to position themselves at the present so that they will be able to move for the future that's ahead of them. Because it takes only a fool who doesn't learn from the past to reposition himself at the present to direct him or her to the future. You can see, due to they don't learn, that's why they don't even have future to defend. We that are here, we know that the answer to our problem is Biafra. And that is why Biafra we seek, Biafra we will get. He said, like the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of Biafra. And also I add to it that you will sleep in Nigeria and wake up in Biafra. That is certain. And above all, there will be no election in Biafra land. Others can do whatever they want to do. You gather who vote to talk of Okwalawa Zugwu Hausa. You don't even see. Woto is the code. If you say you are voting, you woto yourself. Come outside if you know the fear. Enough of this rubbing shit with red oil. Enough of it. There will be no election. We say it and we stand on it. We defend it. Try us. And let me stage to the end of the zoo, the evil forest called Nigeria. He is no longer called that is holding him. It is in the hostage of the terrorists. We must rescue our leader. It's a task that we must fulfill. Rescuing our leader becomes inevitable. It is a task because it's no longer called this, called that. He is in a hostage. And two things we seek for. We seek for our leader to be released. We seek for Biafra. These two things is inevitable. Thank you.
Thank you. Mazi Kelechi, thank you for surfacing back on the screen. Please, we want you to picture out the Fulani agenda from these four persons so that Biafrans will understand that there is nothing like Biafra hope here from this thing that you have on the screen. It is all about Fulani as a continuation of the template that has already been laid out. And let it be equals to no election in Biafra land. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. The biggest mistake anyone would do is to think that election would actually save them from death. Because what will come after election is going to be deadlier than whatever. Because the massacre, if they succeed in having election, the massacre that will begin will be so bloody and massive, because then you would have succeeded in demoralizing ESN. You'd have succeeded in demoralizing those who are sponsoring for Biafra. You would have succeeded in demoralizing those people who have stood their ground and saying that they make sure that election will not hold. And of course, the reason why these ones are standing strong on that is because we know the reason. We know what happens after the election. We know the consequences of election. Election is actually a mandate for further bloodshed, demoralization, killings, and all of that. So the consequences that will come after the election definitely is going to be stamped, sealed, and delivered by these four people here. You see them, the four of them here represent the program. Whichever one is chosen is mandated to carry out the Fulanization program. Whichever of them you see here mandated. They are all, if you look at their past, if you look at their comments, Shatima, you know the things he have said in the past. To Atiku, you know the things he have said. Even now, he's still saying. You saw when Deborah was killed, he was the one who actually tweeted, and suddenly he withdrew the tweet. All these kind of things. He just tweeted so that the people will see it, and suddenly he removes it, so it will look like he has done something. You see the Tinubu there, in spite of the fact all he did in Lekki, Tollgate, which I was part of. He came there and they killed people, and people died dropping in my presence. I saw people died, and yet he came out all with his Fashola and co, played all those their games and all those stuff, and they still said the same thing. And yet he is dying, and yet he doesn't want to recognize that fact that he's dying. He still wants to be president in this state of where he cannot even hold a microphone. And you can imagine this one laughing sheepishly, and Peter will be wherever he goes, he laughs and he talks, with fear and all of that, with this sense of submission to a higher command. He speaks that way, and yet people don't see all of this. It will be disastrous, and it is amazing that most Biafrans cannot even see beyond their nose. They can't even interpret body language. They can't even do anything. All of these are signs. So these men you see here are a representation of the caliphate, and that caliphate will once you vote and we allow election in Biafraland, just know it that Biafraland is gone. That is why we are stopping it right now, because we know what comes after Biafra. That death you are running away from. After election, you will see it. So Biafrans should understand that we don't need all of this.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you to my comrades in the studio. Our time is fast spent. We appreciate all Biafrans from wherever they are watching from. And then on the update of the Court of Appeal, looking at the appeal that the federal government brought, they said federal government should make sure the case is forwarded for hearing in the Supreme Court in the next 7 days. That is the update from everything that happened in the court. So the court is not the issue is now taken to Supreme Court, and they should prepare everything for hearing with immediate effect within the next 7 days. We should hear something coming out from the Supreme Court. That is that, and there has been many other speculations and noises that they are making all over there. The grammars are too much, but at the tail end, victory is for Biafrans. So we want to appreciate you all for being part and parcel of this broadcast, and for you to be strong and remain resolute and stand tall. I give the mic to my comrades for them to give their closing remarks in seconds, please, because we have to join other events. Mazi Kelechi, you have some seconds to say, dear friends, take care.
Thank you, Biafrans, for your support. Tomorrow we expect you, in the fundraising. Do your best. Keep doing it. No man puts his hand in the plow and looks back his feet for the kingdom. So you have to keep on doing the work and you don't do things halfway and don't complete them. We are Biafrans. We make sure we complete what we do. Thank you all. We love you all. Thank you, my comrades. Thank you, Mazi Samanepa. Thank you, everyone who is working hard. Thank ESN. I thank them. I thank the Alliance. I thank everyone. Together we shall win, and we shall meet in Biafraland and celebrate. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Mazi Okonkwo, some seconds, please.
Yes, let me just say, Biafrans, please, tomorrow, before you make your donation on our website, www.ipobinUSA.org/donate. Anytime we want pay, see this www.ipobinUSA.org/donate. Make say, na Chike doesn't wife, now they give money. Please watch out before you pay. www.ipob or www.ipob together word, then / if you know they there and be say you don't use your hand, go give monkey banana away, take care. So Biafrans, join us tomorrow. We'll be live on that fundraising. It will be more increased like never before because our people are ready. We are ready to go. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you, Mazi Biko, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Biafrans. As you know, we have already visualized that Biafra is for real. That's why we come with the Biafra 555 vision. We have seen it. It is real. And the only thing we need you to do is to make sure you participate, support ESN, build your soldiers, because the soldiers are the people who protect you.
Exactly.
As we go on, we know that Nnamdi Kanu has victory. He told them he will win them in their court, and he has done it in our own time. Subscribe to us and let us give us your power, because victory is ours. And Biafraland we will celebrate.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mazi. Mazi Gaddafi, we appreciate Simon because he's waiting for us to finish before he can enter the studio. So, Mazi Gaddafi, some seconds, please.
Yeah, like Okonkwo has said, tomorrow, all of you that are watching us, I want to see you at the fundraising. Please do your best. Do your best. Biafra is real, and Biafra is here. Above all, there is all this photoshopping. They shop with Simon's picture. See all those Photoshop, please disregard them. Anything you didn't hear from us, you didn't hear it from Simon's platform, is not from us. God bless you, Biafra.
Thank you, Mazi. Mazi 247, please.
Dragon is on the seat.
Yes, Biafrans, I greet everybody. No need to talk too much. We don't hear them all. Now Biafra we need. Now Biafra be the key. Now Biafra be the way. Good night, no be good night. Would they go over to Simon Egba? Thank you all. Bye for
Thank
now.
you, Mazi. Please, when we start Simon, drag it to where he starts speaking so that Biafrans will not miss anything. Mazi Raphael is not there. So, Biafrans, stay where you are. We are just ending this one and we are popping up with another link which we have already set up now to join Simon. There will Mochineke from here.